Hello students, welcome to Shikuyaa. Let's upskill. As we have already communicated to you, we are starting the lecture series for your preparation for TCS NQT 2021 from today onwards. I urge you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get regular updates from the channel, the links of the regular sessions and everything. Uh, from today onwards, we'll be starting with the questions from various topics which have been already asked in the question papers of TCS, and we'll be covering the frequently asked questions itself in this session. And I request you all to download the Shikuyaa application and purchase the course TCS NQT 2021 so that you can go to all the concepts videos of all the respective topics of which we are delivering the frequently asked questions, so that you can clear all the fundamental concepts and later on you can concentrate on the questions which are being covered in these live sessions. So let us get started. So the first question here for the today's session is the average of first 10 even numbers is what? So this is the question. As you know, the basic formula to calculate the average of given set of n numbers is sum of all the numbers divided by total number of elements. So with this, the average of first 10 even numbers. So if we list out what are the first 10 even numbers, then it will start from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So these are the first 10 even numbers. Now it will be very difficult if you started calculating the sum of all these 10 numbers and again by dividing that all the data by total number of elements. So rather what we are doing as a shortcut method is, in all the problems of averages where the difference in two consecutive number is same, the difference in two consecutive number is same, in all such cases you can use the formula first number plus last number divided by 2. So here it is 2, here it is 22, so 2 plus 22 divided by 2 plus 20 divided by 2, your answer is 22 divided by 2, which is equal to 11. So that's your answer for the first questions, option D. I hope you have understood the question. Let us go for the next. Just read the question. I request you to pause this video for a few minutes and try the question by yourself, and again thereafter again you can check out with the answer whether your solved answer is correct or not. The average age of 3 boys is 15 years if their ages are in the ratio 3:5:7. The age of the youngest boy is. Very simple question. You have to understand, students, here in this question there is amalgamation of ratios as well as averages. Okay. Now you need to understand a very simple and basic formula of average. The formula is sum upon n, which is equal to average. Okay. Now suppose if we are supposed to calculate the sum of all the elements of particular set, then we have to twist the formula a bit, like sum is equal to average into n. So this is a formula to calculate sum. Okay. So with this method, how can you calculate the sum of all the average of 3 boys? 15 years is the average. Okay, 15 years is the average. So how can you calculate the sum? Sum could be average into n. So 15 into 3, which is your sum, which comes to be 45. Okay. Now 45 is the sum of the ages of all the 3 boys. Now what you have been asked, what is the age of youngest boys, provided that the ratio of ages of all of these 3 boys are 3:5:7. So very simple is, the ratio is 3:5:7. So obviously the smaller value would be the part of the ratio of the youngest boy. Okay, so the sum of this total ratio is 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 7 15. So out of 15, the share of the youngest member in the ratio is 3. Out of 15, the share of the youngest member is 3. So here the sum is 45. So out of 45, what could be the sum? So 15 ones are, 15 threes are, 3 threes are 9. So as simple as that. Again I repeat, just try to concentrate. The ratio which they have been given of the 3 persons is 3 is to 5 is to 7, and they have asked the age of youngest member and youngest boy. So from the ratio part, the 3 would be the proper part of the youngest member. So from the summation of the entire ratio, so 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 7 15. Out of 15, the share of the age of youngest member is 3. Now the summation of all the 3 boys, summation of age of all the 3 boys is 45. So out of 45, out of this sum, what could be the share of that youngest member? So 15 ones are, 15 threes are, 3 threes are 9. Your answer is 9. Option A. I hope you have understood. Just reply type 1 if you have understood this. Girija, you haven't understood the first question. Just again, just the video will be available at our channel. You can again go back to the first question and again you can check with the solution. No issues. Even the video will be available at Shikuyaa application as well. So you can use that application if you want to check it for the later purpose. Okay, great. Nag Sundar, Sonal, you have understood the second question. Fantastic. Let's go to the third one. Again, pause this video for 5 minutes. Try the question by yourself and then again you can check out with the answers. Those students who are live, I'll ask them to try by their own and to share their answers please in the comment box. The average of ages of 10 persons in a club was 32. What should be the age of the new person joining in the club so as to increase the average by 4? Very simple as that. As in the last problem we have solved, the average of ages of 10 persons in the club is 32. So what could be the summation? Average is 32. So total number of people are 10. So 32 into 10, the summation would be 320. Okay. Now what should be the age of the new person joining the club so as to increase the average by 4? So earlier the average was how much? It was 32. Now it is going to be increased by 4. Okay, it is going to be increased by 4. So it will become 36. But you have to carefully remember, whenever the average is going to be increased by 4, what should be the age of new person? So again, the total number of persons are going to be also increased by 1. So earlier in this case, the total number of persons were 10. Now here it will become 11. So what is the new sum? Here it is 11 6 are 66. So here it is 6. 11 3s are 33. 33 plus 6, it is 39. So if you find out the difference in 396 minus 320, how much is the answer? Your answer is 76. Here option D is actually 76. You have to correct that option, which is wrong in the question itself. So, your answer must be 76, which is option D. Instead of 72, just consider that option D as a 76 instead of 72. Okay. There is another approach as well to solve the same problem. The approach you need not to, in that approach you need not to find out the summation of all these people we have been given. Rather, what we need to do is, see, the average is going to be increased by 4. Okay, just try to understand my point. It is a common sense. You need to just concentrate on the concepts very carefully. Okay, the average is going to be increased by only 4. Now see, whenever we say the average of a particular state of, or the average of what we have been given over here, the average of 10 persons in the club. So whenever we say the average is 32, it means irrespective of what actually the age of every person, whenever we say average age, it means the age of each person is going to be 32. Whenever we say average, okay, whenever we term that particular concept as a average. So in the earlier case, whenever average is going to be increased by 4, in the earlier, in this 322, the average age of each person is 32. Now what is going to happen? The average is going to be increased by 4. So the addition of average 4 numbers is there in all these 11 persons who are going to be there in this sheet. So what is actual increment in the sum? Actual increment in the sum is 4 for each person. So for 11 people, how much? 11 into 4. So it is equal to 44. So what you need to do? Earlier the average age was 32 and now the addition in the summation is of 44. So earlier it was 32 and now the addition is of how much? It is of 44. So your answer is 4 plus 2, it is 6 and it is 7. So your answer is 76. So this is a shortcut method in which you need not to calculate at all this summation and all. You can directly apply your common sense and then you can calculate. I hope you all have understood. If you have understood, just type 1 in the comment box. Fantastic. Fine. Go to the next question. Just try solving this one. The average weight of the teacher and 6 students is 12 kg, which is reduced by 5 kg if the weight of the teacher is excluded. How much does the teacher weigh? Very simple. The same type which we have solved in the last one. The average weight of, only in the last case it was increment. In this case it is a reduction. Okay, so average weight of the teacher and 6 students is 12 kg. So teacher and 6 students, so total number of people, how many are there? It is 7. So 12 into 7, that would be the sum. Now which is reduced by 5 kg if the weight of the teacher is excluded. Now whenever the average is reduced by 5 kg, whenever the teacher has been excluded. So here the number of people were 6, here it will become, they were 7, here it will become 6 because the teacher has been excluded. Now the average will reduce by how much? It will reduce by 5, so it will become 7. You need to just again calculate the sum, the difference in the sum of in both the cases. So 12 sevens are 84 and 7 6 are 42. So what is the age of teacher? It is 84 minus 42, which is going to be 42, which is given in the option B. I hope you all have understood. Again, as per the last time, I am going to give you the shortcut method to solve this problem. Again, see, try to understand my point. Here also, the average is going to be reduced by 5. Average is going to be reduced by 5, right? So earlier, the average of each person of the 7 members was 12, right? Now, as the average is going to be reduced by 5, there is a reduction in the sum, entire sum from all the 7 people. The reduction in the entire sum from all the 7 people is of how much? Sorry, 6 people, because the reduction is of 6 people. So reduction is of 5. So 6 5s are how much? 6 5s are 30, because the 5 from the average of 5 has been reduced by each person. So total number of person in new set are how much? How many? It is 6. So 6 5s are 30, and the actual average which was the teacher's average, that is completely excluded. So that has to be added in this one. So 30 plus 12, which is 40. So here with this shortcut method as well, you will be able to understand. I'll again explain this shortcut method. See, here the earlier average was 12, now it has become 7. So there is a reduction of in the average value by 5. So in the new set there are 6 people. So there will be a reduction in the average value of each and every person by how much value? By 5. So reduction in the total sum will be of how much? 5 into 6, that is 30. And in the earlier case the teacher was there, but in this case he or she was excluded. So 12 are as it is subtracted. So 30 plus 12, because we have to calculate the age of that particular teacher. So we have to calculate how much difference in the summation is there. So 30 plus 12, your answer is 42. I hope you all have understood. If you have understood, just type 1 in the chat box and go to the next question. The average age of 40 students in a class is 15 years. If the age of teacher is also included, the average becomes 16 years. Find the age of the teacher. Now, the same problem as we have covered in the last one. The average age of 40 students in the class is 15 years. So, 40 students, number of students are 40 and average is 15. So, how much will be the summation? It is 15 for the, it is 600. Okay, now what they have given, if the age of the teacher is also included, the average becomes 16 years. Okay, average becomes 16 years and it is included, not excluded. So the average age of 40 students earlier was 15. So here this count will also change, it will become 41. So here what would be your summation? Here it is 6 1 656, right? And now you have to calculate what is the age of the teacher. So 656 minus 600, 656 minus 600, your answer is 56. Again, how you can apply the logic? The logic is again, earlier the average age was 15, right? Now the new average age is 16. So there is a addition of one average value in each and every person, right? Earlier the members were 40. Now the members have became 41. Okay, so averages. So averages of all the 40 people will increase by 1. So 40, the addition of 40 will be as it is there, and the last age, which is again average of that teacher, that must be added into that. So 40 plus 40, because the addition of 1 is there in the age of all these 40 members out of 41, because 41th is teacher himself, okay, or herself. So we have to add the age of teacher. So 40 plus 16, which is 56. So with this shortcut method again you can calculate, because see, total number of members 40 and average is going to be increased by 1. So there is addition of 1 of average value of all these 40 members. So we have to take that. So addition of total summation of 40 is there as it is. Now 41st member is teacher himself and his average is 16. So in 40 we have to add again 16. So average will become 56. I hope you all have understood. Let's go to the next question. the average age of 9 members of a club is 29 years. If two more persons with the average age of 40 years have become the members of the club, find the average age of the 11 members. Very simple. Again, average age of 9 members of a club is 29 years. So what is the summation? 29 into 9. Now this is actual summation. Now what they have given, if two more persons with the average age of 40 years have become the members. So average is 40. So what could be their summation? Their summation could be, so this is first sum. We have to add the summation of this two people because we have to calculate the average of all the 11 members. So here it is, you have to add 80 divided by 11. So calculate this, you will get the answer. So 29 into 9, how much it is? 9 nines are 81. So here it is 1, 8, 9 into the 18 plus 8. Here it is 261 plus 80 upon 11. So 0, 4, sorry, 1, 4, 1, 3, 11. Okay, 11 threes are 11 ones are. Answer is 31, which is given in the option C. I hope you have understood this. Type 1, if you have understood. Girija is saying, please repeat the formula of average calculation. Okay, so formula for average calculation, Girija, is, see, suppose you have total number of elements, okay, and the summation of all the numbers. So if you want to calculate the average of total n number of elements, the formula is sum of all the elements divided by n, that is total number of elements. You can take the screenshot of this. Average is equal to sum upon n. Whenever we have to calculate sum, then the formula will become average into n, which is equal to sum. With the simple example, how I can explain you the formula. Suppose if there are 4 numbers, 45, 81, 94 and 22. Suppose if I am supposed to calculate the average of all these 4 numbers, what I'll do, I will add all of these 4 and divide it by 4. So it will give me the average. Now there is again one more concept which is of the weighted average, which since last while we were solving the 5 to 6 problems we were using, that is the concept of weighted average. I urge you to download the Shikuyaa application and just watch all the concept videos on weighted average. You will be able to understand the concept more clear. Okay, let us go to the next problem. Average age of 18 men is decreased by one year when one man whose age is 49 years is replaced by a new man. Find age of new man. It is a very excellent question, which is a little bit tricky than all the earlier questions. So I just request you to try by yourself once and pause this video for a few minutes. Try by yourself. If you couldn't find, then watch the solution in depth. Average age of 18 men is decreased by one year when one man whose age is 49 years is replaced by a new man. Let us try to understand. We have to form a simple equation to find out the solution of this problem. Okay, so average age of 18 men, we don't know what is average age. So let us try to understand average age to be x. Okay, so it is of 18 men is decreased by 1 year. Okay, so average of 18. So if we are supposed to calculate the sum, it is average into n. N is total number of men, that is 18. That is decreased by 1 year when one man whose age is 49 years is replaced. Okay, it is replaced by another man whose age is, we don't know. We have to again find the age of new man. So let us assume the age of that new man to be k. Okay, so see, now the average is going to be decreased by 1 year when one man whose age is 49 years is replaced by new man. So new man is coming in the set, and the earlier previous man whose age is 49, okay, is leaving that particular group. So 18x plus k. K is for what? K is that man is entering to that particular set. Okay, minus 49 divided by what? Total number of elements, that is 18, which is equal to what? We have assumed the average to be x. So what they have said, average is decreased by 1 year when this condition satisfies. So let us write x minus 1 over here. So students, I will explain this equation once again. Understand very carefully. Okay. See, we have assumed the average to be x. Okay, what they have given is, whenever the new man has been replaced by the man having the age of 49, at that time average reduces by 1. So what we have done is, we have assumed the average to be x. So 18 into x plus k. K is for what? K is the age of new man who has entered that set, minus 49 because he has been replaced by this one. So there is a replacement of the values. So whichever is entering, we have added plus, whichever is leaving the group, we have added minus, divided by 18, because what? It is a sum. So this particular numerator is for sum, because sum 18x, which is actual average into n, plus it is for replaced values, plus k minus 49, which is equal to again average, because it is reducing by 1. Now it is very simple to solve this equation. So further, 18x plus k minus 49 upon, so let us send that 18 towards that right hand side. So 18x minus 18, okay, so k minus 49, which is equal to 18x minus 18 minus 18x minus plus get cancelled. So k is equal to 49 minus 18. So what is the value of k? That is 31. So this is the age of new man, which is given in the option D. I hope you all have understood this. I will explain this equation once again. 18x is for average into n, plus k is for the person who is replacing the earlier person whose age is 49. So we have, this person is leaving the group, this person is entering the group, that is why it is plus k, and it is minus 49 divided by 18. So average is reducing by 1, so that is why it is x minus 1. If you solve it further, you will get the value of k, which is a age of that new person, which just came to be 31. I hope you all have understood. Just type 1 if you all have understood this, so that we can go ahead for the next problem. Okay students, now few of you will be facing very much trouble and very much difficulty to understand few concepts. That is because you are unaware of all the fundamental concepts of the averages. So I again urge you to download the Shikuyaa application, to go to our YouTube channel for the previous videos, wherein we have explained all the fundamental concepts which are related to this averages, and which are related to average, and all the fundamental topics of quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning as well. So I urge you to download the Shikuyaa application and just go to the course TCS NQT 2021, wherein we have included all the concept videos in the animated format, which will help you to understand all of these concepts in more depth, and that they all will clarify all of your conceptual understandings, so that you will relate to all of these problems again. Okay, so I hope you all will be doing that in future. Let us go to the next problem. The average weight of 12 persons is 50 kg. On replacing a man whose weight is 53 kg with a new man, new average becomes 49 kg. The weight of the new man is, again it is of the same type as we have been solved the couple of previous problems. Okay, the average weight of 12 persons is 50 kg. So average weight of 12 is 50. Okay, so summation is 600. Now on replacing a man whose weight is 53 kg with a new man, new average becomes 49 kg. Okay, now see, here is only replacement. There is no addition or deletion of a particular person. So you need not to change that n. You have to just change the value of average, because what they have said, on replacing a man whose weight is 53 kg with a new man. Okay, so earlier there was one man whose weight was 53. He has been replaced by the man whose weight we don't know, but after that particular activity the average becomes 49 kg. Earlier it was 50. So here now 12 people and now the average is 49. So what is summation? Summation is 8, 10. Okay, so 588 is the summation of this 12 people. Now you have to understand, the person who have been replaced, his weight was 53, and here the difference from 600 to 588 is of how much? Difference is of 12, right? So you have to add this difference into the value 53 so that you can get the you have to subtract this from the 53. You will get the weight of new person. Again try to understand. See, 12 people were there earlier whose average was 50, weight was 50 kg, addition 600. Now the number of people are not being deleted or added. The number of people are same, that is 12. Only the average has been reduced by 1. So now addition will become 588. So there is difference in this addition is of 12, and the person who has been replaced by that person is 53. So the age of new person would be 53 minus that 12, because 12 is actually the difference in that summation. So 12 minus 53 minus 12, your answer is 41. Again with your logic, how can you calculate? See, try to understand. There is a subtraction of one average value from the average of all 12 people. There is a subtraction of one average value from the average weight of all 12 people. So their actual subtraction from each and every person's weight is of unit 1. So from the 12 people, the subtraction is of 12 units, and at the same time the 53, the whose weight was 53 has been also replaced by that person. So 53 minus 12, which is actually the subtraction from all these people. So 53 minus 12 will give you answer, that is 41, option D. Go to the next problem. I hope you all have understood. Yes, Nagsundar, fantastic. You are giving the correct answers. This is the same type of problem which we have solved earlier. The average age of 12 men in a group is increased by 2 years when 2 men whose ages are 20 years and 22 years are replaced by new members. What is the average age of the new men included? Okay, try to understand. The average age of 12 men in a group is increased by 2 years. We don't know what is the average age. So let us try to understand average to be, again as it is in the last case, let us assume to be x. So 12 men, so 12x. Okay, now what has become increased by 2 years when two men whose ages are 20 years and 22 years are replaced, okay, by new members. Now 20 and 22 are replaced by new members. So the new members is addition, let us keep them as plus k, and the 20 years and 22 years, it is a replacement. So let's keep it as a minus 42. 20 plus 22, which is 42, divided by total number of elements. So here it is 12, okay, which is equal to, now what is the impact on average? It is increased by 2 years. Okay, so earlier it was x, here it will become x plus 2. Okay, try to understand the same type of equation which we have made in the earlier problem. Okay, 12x, because x we don't know the average, so 12x plus k is the, for the average of two men who are replacing the age of 42. Okay, so 12x plus k minus 42 divided by 12, which is equal to x plus 2, because average is going to be increased by 2. Okay, so further 12x plus k minus 42, which is equal to 12x plus 24. Okay, further k minus 42, which is equal to 12x plus 24 minus 12x, so minus plus will get cancelled, k is equal to 42 plus 24, which is equal to 4 plus 2 6, 4 plus 2 6. The k is 66. What they have been asked is, what is the average age of the two new men? So average is, there are two men, so 62 divided by 2, the average will become 33. So your answer is option B, 33. Okay. K is 66, you are right, Naksundar. But what we have been asked is, we have been asked the average of that two men who are going to be replaced. Okay, so 66 divided by 2, that is your answer, which is equal to 33. Hope you understood. Vaibhav, you are absolutely right. Great. Let's solve this question, which is based on the ages. Okay, average ages, it is one of the very significant concept in the averages, where we have to do the operations with ages of the people. Average age of 7 members of a family is 29 years. If the present age of the youngest member is 5 years, find the average age of the remaining members at the time of birth of the youngest member. Very exciting question. First, let us try to find out the summation of age of all the family members right now. So total age of the 7 members of a family is 29 years, average age. So 29 into 7 would be the summation right now. Okay, so what is the summation? 9 sevens are 3, 6, so 6, 14 plus 6, 20, 20. Okay, 203. Okay, now if present age of youngest member is 5 years, now what they have given is present age of youngest member is 5 years. Find the average age of the remaining members at the time of birth of the youngest member. Now you have to understand, whenever we are going to calculate the average age of all the remaining member at the time of birth of the youngest member. Okay, right now, right, 203 he is telling about 29 into 7. Okay, see, yes, yes, then what we have to do is you have to calculate whether actually one person is going to be excluded whenever you are going to calculate the age of all the remaining members at the time of that youngest birth of the youngest member. So here first what you have to do is you have to calculate the average age of summation of remaining members, from this one. Okay, now from that you have to calculate that average from the time of that birth of the youngest member. So from 203, if you reduce 5, because it is the age of youngest member, so it will become 198. 198 is now average of how many members? That youngest member has been excluded, because we are going to calculate the about the at the time of birth of the youngest member. So he will be excluded, he will not be born at that time. So 198, 5, which is a present age of youngest member, that has been excluded. So divided by 6 now, because earlier the members were 7, now it will become 6. 6 threes are 18, 1, 6 threes are 18. Now 33 is the average age of that family right now. 33 is the average age of family right now. What we have been asked? We have been asked to calculate the average age of the family at the time of birth of youngest member. So youngest member's age is 5. So see, in case of average age, even average age per year reduces by 1 year, because it doesn't happen whenever we say average age of a particular person reduced by 1 year at every age is reducing by 1 year at every year. So same happens with average age as well. It doesn't reduce by the summation of all of them. So average will also reduce by 5 at the time of birth of that person. So 33 minus 5, answer is 28. So 28 is the average age of the, yes, average of the remaining members of the family at the time of birth of that particular uh, person. Okay, I hope you all have understood. Okay, see, try to understand the procedure once again. What I have done is I have first calculated the summation of ages of all the people in the family right now, that is 29 into 7. Okay, which has came to be 203. Now what we have been asked to calculate? We have been asked to calculate what is the average age of the family at the time of birth of the youngest member. So first I have excluded that youngest member whose age is 5 years. So as I have excluded him, I have subtracted the summation by 5, which is the age of youngest member. Now current summation of remaining 6 member is 198. So what is current average of all of the 6 members? That is 198 divided by 6, because from 7 1 has been subtracted. So divided by 6, answer is 33. 33 is the average age right now of that particular family. What we have been asked is the average age of the family at the time of birth of the youngest member. So it will be 33 minus 5. Your answer is 28. I hope you all have understood. Let us go to the next. Skip that. Go to the next one. Next. Okay. So let us cover this problem, which is based on the average speed. Okay, which is not been covered in previous any of the problems. Okay, actually this concept belongs to the speed time distance, but in few of the cases even that is asked under the averages as well in few of the papers of TCS. Okay, so let us try to concentrate on this. Sudhir travels a certain distance with the speed of 25 km per hour and returns back the same distance with the speed of 35 km per hour. Find his average speed. It is very simple. I would like to just derive here the formula to calculate the average speed. See, the formula to calculate average speed is total distance upon total time. The formula is to calculate the average speed is total distance upon total time. Here in this case, what has happened? The distance is same. See, what they have given is Sudhir has started traveling from this point. He has went to this with the speed of how much they have given? 25 km per hour. 25 km per hour. And he has written the same distance. So distance is not going to change. He has written the same distance with the speed of 35 km per hour. Okay. Now, what is his average speed? Most of the students, what they usually used to do is addition of 25 and 35, which comes to be 60 divided by 2. Answer is 30. But students, 30 is not the correct option. Here, actual formula is total distance upon total time. So you cannot do with this method. Speed is a derived quantity, so you cannot determine the average speed by addition of both the speeds and dividing it by 2, because we cannot measure the travel in unit numbers, like he has traveled for one time, he has came back for the second time, so that is the travel is for 2 times. We cannot travel these quantities in such a way. So here we have to apply this formula, total distance upon total time. Okay, so let us try to understand what is happening over here is total distance here. So total distance is d plus d. Let us assume this distance which he has traveled for the first time is d, and again he is coming back with the same distance d. So d plus d. This is a distance we are going to assume. Now total time. So time which he has taken to go for the first time is actually d upon s1. S1 is speed 1 with which he has traveled, plus d upon speed 2 with which he has returned, which is s2. Solving this further, it will be 2d upon s2 d plus d s1 upon s1 into s2. Solving this further, this s1 s2 will come to the numerator, so 2d s1 into s2 divided by, here d will be common, s1 plus s2, d will get cancelled, 2 into s1 into s2 upon s1 plus s2. Now this is actual exact formula to calculate average speed whenever distance travelled is same. Note my words, mark my words very carefully. 2 into s1 into s2 upon s1 plus s2 is the formula to use to calculate average speed whenever the distance travelled is same. He has travelled the same distance and he has returned back the same distance. That is why in this case, in such a cases, we are going to use this formula. Let us try to solve this example with this formula itself. So 2 s1 s2 divided by s1 plus s2. Okay, 25 35. So 2 into 25 plus 35 divided by, okay, divided by what? 25 plus 35. So 25 twos are, sorry, here it is 2 into s1 into s2 hai. Okay, so 25 into 35. So 20 is a 50, 50 into 35, 50 into 35. Here it is 0, 5 5s are 25, 2, 5 3s are 15 plus 2, 17. So 1750 divided by 25 plus 35, which is equal to 60. Your answer is, okay, 6 2s are, the remainder is 5, 6 9s are The remainder is 1. Okay, so 29 point, again 0.16. Okay, so your answer is, in the option it has been given 29. Okay, so your answer is option C, which is equal to 29. I hope you all have understood. With this method you can calculate the average speed whenever the distance traveled is c. Okay, so I hope students you all have understood all the questions whichever we have solved today. In the tomorrow again we are going to solve few questions from the topic ratio and proportion. Okay, I urge you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video with so many students of your batch, so many students of your college, so that it will reach to the maximum students who are preparing for the TCS NQT for this season. I wish you all the best in your preparation and urge you to stay tuned with us for more details. Subscribe to our Telegram channel, join our WhatsApp groups for further updates. Thank you so much. Keep watching, keep learning. All the best.